this is Mila and welcome to my community. Today, I want to talk about my experience working as International Trade Analyst since 2022 in Washington, D.C. area and how it helped me to get insights of understanding what's currently going on with executive orders in the United States. So this information will be helpful for you as well and you can stay ahead of the curve. This video is gonna be explanation in very simple words. Here is the first things first. We start with ITC. ITC. What is ITC? ITC is International Trade Commission. It's like a watchdog for American government and to protect American consumers. Any American business that produce goods, which can be electronics, food, clothes, anything you can think produce like tangible assets, they can file a complaint to ITC. And then ITC is going to decide if they're going to do investigation, if this complaint valid, if they're going to do investigation, and if the prices for these goods, the same goods that produced in USA, is the same fair as it's going to be from other countries. It's USSR, other countries. It's us versus them. And if ITC in investigation, it's going through a lot of process, hearing, a lot of lawyers involved. It can be against one country, it can be against group of countries. But if ITC decide that goods were brought unfair with government subsidy, for example, some governments decide to support some industry and they give tax credits or they give direct investment. That's why goods from other countries come into USA under value. And it's heard USA, and they implement after hearing. In one of the hearing, I was there too. After long process, it can be about 1 year. After the hearing, they can implement taxes or called duties, which is when something come to USA, they pay additional dollars. And during that hearing, ITC, it can decide that it's unfair or not, and they pay dollars. But the other department of the United States is called Department of Commerce. They calculate how much it is gonna pay other countries. They working together. So it's like a watchdog. It's like, if American business hurt, we're gonna go and find out how we can protect. But there we have a president, which is a separate power, right? We have separates. It's not compared to this, it just separate. President, which can sign executive orders temporarily cancel any of decision of this government agency, mainly this one. It can be put it on pause. It's not gonna like override fully, but it's definitely gonna put on pause temporary. It's either lift it up, which was happened when President Biden was signing executive orders to remove any duties on solar panels that come to United States, and it was just frozen. It was duties in place, but it was frozen. Now, President Trump, he signs that additional duty need to be implemented on top of the things. And you can go to this website in ITC and check it out, how many cases recently been implemented, and mostly it's from China or mostly from group countries that contain China, so it's been not new. I remember, like, okay, it's a personal thing. I remember in 2014 when I came to United States and I saw that a pair of shoes cost $50 and it was not good quality, not good design, but it was in the mall. It was so much. I was like making like $7 an hour as lifeguard. I was like, oh my God, like it's too much. I need shoes. And I started to look around and I found some website. It's called AliExpress. Before some duties, it's very gradually duties coming up. Before that, I remember in 2014, I ordered like winter shoes, $5, $7, and it was a very, very good quality of shoes. Trust me. And that was a really big difference between $5 and $50. And it was nothing brand. It was just, I remember, in the Boston Mall in Arlington, which is next to Washington, D.C. I was like, oh my God. But then when you go now to AliExpress, it's going to be the same prices as in United States because of the duties. We didn't pay directly duties before because it was special orders that everything under $800 is not gonna be additional taxes, whichever it comes from. It doesn't matter what country. Now with current executive order, it's gonna be paid. How we're gonna do it? It's not really understandable. But other countries, they already done it, and you just pay it as a consumer when you receive your parcel, additional payment. Okay. Straightforward. These duties, it's used to be paid by producers. So whoever is coming here, right, to United States, they pay, and then it's here the prices in United States of that product go up, that coming from other countries, and it's kind of getting like equally to produced in United States products. So let's see how their products come to United States. There is like 5 major hubs, which is LA, New York, Houston, something else. I put it on my notes here. Los Angeles, because it's coming by the sea, right? And then CBP, Custom and Border Protection Agency, they put a tariff according to the code. They investigate and they're like, this is code. And you can check, it's called HTS code. HTS code, which is gonna show how much is already due to this government agency. So the thing is, like once it's cleared out and the duties were paid by these guys, then it's coming to warehouse, to businesses, to continue and stuff, right? But the thing is, so now with these new executive orders, like consumers, not businesses, consumers can directly pay these duties, which is very new. But I know in Ukraine they already have this stuff, which is cars coming from United States. It's just as example from other countries that they already do, because each of the governments, they trying to protect their own sovereignty, their own economy, own people, and to remove competition from a local market, unless there is no other competition. For example, smartphones, right? Usually it's like only 3 big players. But in Ukraine, there is a big taxes. It used to be before also it was executive order signed by president and administration. Before that, it was huge taxes on the imported cars, because in Ukraine, Ukraine, they produce cars, which maybe you surprised to know, but a lot of people, they produce goods and not only services. So Ukraine produce cars, they have a local market of the cars, which is really struggle because it's not that advanced and because of a lot of different things, right? Consumers, for example, prefer some Ford or BMW, and they do these taxes. They pay directly. So now the taxes removed. Temporarily, it was so many cars brought it in. Same what's happened with solar panels. How I understood from my research that Mr. Trump, he removed these policies that implemented by Mr. Biden, which is energy policy, green energy. So the solar panels that come in from Southeast Asia, they are now being back taxed. And also, we're gonna be seeing this as a consumers directly, but also so business owners who did not produce, who buy and then kind of like transfer it, like put it like together, assemble here. They see the bigger changes, but also the energy supplies. It's coming, it's changing. The economy is changing, and in my next video, one of the next videos, when I will feel I want to do research, I will explain more about how economy is going to depression and that we need to prepare, buckle up, and just do what humans do, survive and reproduce. Thank you so much for coming here. I really enjoyed, like, just from personal experience, I enjoyed working there. It was very interesting. I worked for consulting companies that do a lot of data changes, manipulation, and checks, and a lot of businesses involved in Washington, D.C. into this process. It was very interesting. Thank you. That company is a great company, great people. I felt very welcome. I gained so much knowledge, and I departed to a new venues, which is perfect timing. But yeah, this work experience definitely helped me to understand more what's happening now, but it's also hopefully it helps understand for you as well. Let me know if this video was very interesting, or it was very helpful, or it was you have some questions about things. I will be happy to talk to you. And thank you for being in Mila's community. See you in the next video.